My channel. I am so happy to be back. Today I'd like to talk about affirmations. I have a couple of videos talking about affirmations in the past, but I'd like to refresh you guys' memory and also offer you the clarity that what affirming actually is. And although it is a technique, quote unquote, but we actually affirm consciously and unconsciously every single day in our life, non-stop. So it is a technique, but it's not really something that you pick it up and do it until you guys decided to manifest this specific person. You would start affirming things like, I am loved and cherished, adored, supported, focused on by this X, Y, and Z. So I am going to teach you. I didn't realize people have been using this, like so many people have been using this quote unquote technique for so long, but the reason that they haven't gotten any results from whether it's 3D movement or increasing inner certainty, I'd like to offer you again my insight and what my experience with affirmation in general. So before I get started, I'd like to let you know that if you are looking for one-on-one coaching with me, you know where to find me. Email me. The email detail is in the description box. So okay, let's get started. Affirmation is the definition of affirming is to declare something, to reassure yourself, something that you already have a sense of, you already know the truth, you already feel the truthfulness of this statement, adjustment, and also agreement. You declare, you literally reassure yourself that this is done, that this is how it is already. So that is the definition of affirming. Affirmation is you literally self-convincing what deep down you know already. You just pick that statement, you pick that declaration, you declare what rings so much truth to you deep down, although on the surface level you don't even buy into it. So that is why it seems like it's such a hard technique to use, because it could take forever for it to sink in, for it to penetrate your subconscious. But the reason people use it poorly, like incorrectly, is because they say something, and I used to describe this as the vibration of your lips. You say, I am adored, cherished, loved, focused on, supported by my SP. They only love me, they only have eyes for me. But you don't even believe the truthfulness of it. You don't even resonate. You don't feel it's true. You don't feel there is any truth to the statement. That's why you struggle. That's why your subconscious doesn't get penetrate, doesn't even sync with this statement. So what do is there are two ways you can go about affirming affirmation if you absolutely feel it is your thing. The first would be only affirm using affirmation when you're absolutely in a state of mind is you're calm. Don't affirm and say affirmations when you're anxious or feel like this, not like you're feeling so out of alignment, but you just want to pick it up and tell yourself they love me, they want me, they want everything to do with me. Don't do that. When you are in this state of mind, everything comes back to, like, in generally speaking, you just affirm, if you still would like to say something to yourself to soothe yourself in that moment, is I deserve the love I wish to experience with this specific person, or just altogether, I deserve the love that I wish to experience. Just in general, go as general as you could, because at this point you just had built so much resistance toward this statement. This declaration just doesn't declaration just doesn't ring any truth to you. So when you are experiencing this state of mind, don't worry about saying it. That the action of keeping affirming when you are out of alignment, when you have so much resistance built up, is only to push you further away from buying into the statement, believing into what you have been affirming. So go as general as you can. When you feel anxious, just not in your quote unquote like a happy state, happy place, happy like calm state of being, like mindset, don't even worry about affirming about SP. Just affirm that you deserve. You are a good person. You deserve the love you wish to experience. Okay, so this is the first thing I encourage you to go for, is go general. The second thing is, there is a time that it would be extra beneficial for you to do it, is as soon as you wake up in the morning, you are slowly coming out of your drowsy state. Your subconscious was still wide open for about 20 to 30 minutes. At that time, affirm quietly, because unless as soon as you wake up you feel drowsy, you start to have your conscious back to, you back to 3D. Unless you start worrying about, all these things rushing back to you, I encourage you to try this out. The first 20 to 30 minutes, don't rush, like waking up in a hurry, get up in a hurry. Use this time. And also, I normally give myself at least 45 minutes before bed this is my bedtime routine anyway, so I would affirm, if I choose to, or just quietly running these things in what I wish to experience in my mind, just in my state. And it's very subtle, it is quiet. I feel so calm, I feel reassured. That is also the nighttime routine I have. If at that time I affirm, that will be the time I affirm. So morning, 20 to 30 minutes, right after you start to feel you have your 3D conscious back, you come back to reality from your dreamland. And also nighttime. So these are the two, I would say there are two very specific state of mind and also state of being, your mindset and how you feel. I suggest you to affirm, if affirming is even your thing to begin with. Otherwise, I would definitely not encourage you to affirm at all. I would actually encourage you to try out other techniques. That is also why I in the past I decided not to talk about affirmation because this is something, it's so easy to do because it's literally you just run stuff like via mouth, or you run stuff via your inner voice, but that doesn't really help because majority of people tend to affirm when they're in an anxious state of being, and also when they are so out of whack, so to speak, they pick it up like a lifeline. It's like, oh, he loves me, she loves me, we're meant to be together, da, 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 da. When you actually are anxious, this is not the time to do it. It's because you are already not feeling good, and on the top of that, if you don't believe it, most likely you don't believe this statement. So unless you feel absolute soothness when you affirm, when you are in an anxious state, it's just not my personal experience. Whenever I feel anxious, I don't even go for this a bunch of money or this amazing career. I don't even go for that. I just say to myself is I deserve all I wish to experience. I deserve it. I'm more than good enough to experience them. I just go as general as I can. So when I come back to this relatively calm state, and that is the time I could sit down and start scripting, or I used to script a lot, but now I just have my mental diet. I'm so trained to, when I'm out of alignment, I'm like, this is the truth. I'm so trained to do that, so I don't really have problems to, I barely go into this anxious state. So I intend this video has offered clarity, affirming. If you don't really know how to affirm, people take years. It could take people years, but they still don't know the essence of affirming. Is why you affirm. You literally have this inner knowing is everything is already done and dusted for you. So all is going to come about, but you are the one needs to be on board. So you use affirmation to soothe yourself, to redirect back into the truthfulness. However, you gotta feel the truthfulness. You gotta feel, oh, this is actually something I resonate with. I sync with the truth of this agreement, of this statement, of this declaration. So once again, if you need coaching, you know where to find me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back.